lesson, we looked at how to identify like terms. And so in this lesson, we're going to look at how to combine like terms. So we're going to take what we did in the last lesson and just add on another step. After we've identified the like terms, we're going to combine them together. So what we're going to do is this time, instead of sorting them out into ovals, we're just going to put shapes around those terms that are alike. So in this first column, it says 3x plus 4y minus x plus 12 plus 2y. I'm going to start with 3x. I'm going to put a circle around it. And I'm going to look for any other like terms in this expression right here. So I'm looking for anything else that has x raised to the first power. And as I go along, I see right here minus x. That's going to be a like term. And the last lesson we talked about how if there's no number in front of a variable, there's an invisible 1 there. So I'm just going to write that in there. That's going to help us for when we're combining our like terms. And I'm going to put a circle around it. And make sure whenever you're doing this, whatever operation sign is in front of that term, include that in your shape, because you're going to need that so we know if we're going to be adding or subtracting when we combine those. So now we have all of our x's. Now I'm going to put a box or a rectangle around this 4y, and I'm including the operation sign that is in front of the term. I always include the sign that's in front of it. And as I go through, I see another y to the first power right here, so I'm going to put a box or a rectangle around that one as well. And then last, I have one constant by itself, so I'm going to just put a triangle around that. So now I know what all of my like terms are. I'm going to rewrite this column so that I have all the like terms next to each other. So here I have 3x minus 1x, so I'm going to write those right here next to each other, 3x minus 1x. Here I have plus 4y plus 2y, so I'm just going to write those right here, plus 4y plus 2y. And hanging out by itself back here is plus 12. Now we can combine all of our like terms. So here we have 3x minus 1x. Well, 3 minus 1 is 2, and we just leave our x alone. Here we have positive 4y plus 2y, or 4 plus 2, which is plus 6y. And our plus 12 hanging out at the end. So now we've combined all of our like terms. We're just going to rewrite this expression so that it's in one expression altogether, not in all separate pieces. So this expression, rewritten after we combine all of our terms, is going to be 2x plus 6y plus 12. When you write your final answer, you should always write it in alphabetical order and descending order. So you're going to start with A, B, C, D, E, F, G in that alphabetical order is what you're going to put your variables. So x comes before y. And then I always put my constants at the very end. So that's just one last step to just double check when you write your answer that your variables are in alphabetical order and your constant is hanging out at the end. Let's try this next one. We're going to start the same way as before. I'm going to start with 9m and put a circle around it. And I'm going to find any other like terms. So any other terms that have m raised to the first power. And I see one right here. Remember, we're going to include the operation sign that's in front of that term, so we know what to do when we combine them. Here I have plus 5b squared. I'm going to put a rectangle around that. And I'm looking for other terms that have b, the second power. Here we have b, but this is to the first power, so that's not a like term. It's a little bit different. But here we do have b squared. So those will go together. Those are like terms. And then here we have a plus 3b hanging out by itself. We'll put a triangle around that one. Just like in this last problem, we're now going to rewrite it so that we have our like terms next to each other. So I have a 9m minus 2m. I have a plus 5d squared minus d squared. And I have a plus 3b hanging out by itself. So now let's combine our like terms. Here we have 9m minus 2m. 9 minus 2 is 7m. Here we have positive 5b minus b squared. Remember, there's an invisible 1 right in front of here, so it's really like 5 minus 1, which is 4b squared. That's positive. And here we have 3b still hanging out by itself. So now I'm going to write my final answer with all of our terms next to each other, and I'm going to put in alphabetical descending order. So I have an m, a d squared, and a d. I know know that D is going to come before M, and now so that'll be alphabetical order, and then to put it in descending order means that whatever is the highest power of those will come first. So D squared 2 to the second power is higher than D to the first power. So I'm going to put this one first. 4D squared plus 3D plus 7M. The reason this is plus 7M is because of the positive 7. If it was negative, we'd put a subtraction sign, but it's positive, so we're going to put up an addition sign. We're going to try one last one just to make sure that we got it. So again, we'll start the same way. Here we have 2 squared, and 2 squared is really 4, so I'm just going to write that above there so that I remember that. So this is just a constant. And I'm going to circle any other constants that I have. So here would be a -1. Here would be a +9, so I have those all together. And here we have +6j and +8j. Those are also like terms with each other. Now I can rewrite it so that I have the like terms next to each other. So 2 squared, that was really 4. -1 plus 9, those are going to be all of our constants together. And then I had a +6j plus 8j. Those are next to each other. Now I can actually combine my like terms. So here I have 4 minus 1, which is 3, and 3 plus 9 is 12, and it's positive. Here we have 6j plus 8j. 6 plus 8 is 14j, that is also positive. So now I can write my final answer in alphabetical descending order. Constants will be at the end. Well, we only have one like term of variables, so that's going to come first, 14j, and then we're going to take our constants on at the end. So we'll have 14j plus 12. So just remember when you're combining like terms, use different shapes to circle, box, triangle, all the like terms, and include the operation symbol that is in front of the variable. Once you have them all circled, triangle, box, rewrite it so that all of your like terms are next to each other, and then go ahead and simplify each part. And then your last step is to go ahead and write your final answer in alphabetical descending order. So all your variables should be in alphabetical order, and all of your powers should go from the highest power to the lowest power.